Hello, viewers. This is AKWasp, and welcome back to the final third part of podcast number one, which is Midnight and I discussing about the recent bonus experience weekend. And this wraps up the pre recorded podcast aspect of this commentary. And after the video or during the video, I encourage everybody to comment in the comment section below the video and just participate in the interactive aspect of this podcast because we will be responding to the comments in a or by recording a follow-up video to it. So hope everybody enjoys the clip.
Oh, they really go hard on rolling back. They really don't like rolling back.
Well, because basically they have to admit failure to roll back. Nobody likes to
Some of
admit
them,
failure.
I think, was a big problem to rolling back. They spoke about it in that Runefest, and it was some big story they gave
I've never
about
been
it.
there.
But
Did you go?
no, I didn't go. I just got told about it. But yeah, it was like crazy. It was something like we couldn't do it because blah 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 technicalities and whatever, and it was insane. And at the end of the day, I don't really give a shit. And a lot of people got screwed over by other glitches, like the grave glitch. You remember that one?
Well, I was actually going to mention that earlier when you were talking about Nomad. That's something that still happens. I don't know about the grave glitch, but that's still an issue where I've never had the issue because I never play when an update comes out because I'm at work or just otherwise not on Runescape or just don't really care to ever get updates when they first come out. But yeah, I could see where there's internet connect. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It said there was interconnection between the two of us. Anyways, man, I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh, about the grave. Yeah,
Grave
so,
problem.
people lose there's just apparently a huge pile on,
Oh, what was that? Blood Darkmire, wasn't it?
yeah.
That was one of them.
There's just
I don't.
piles of graves on top of graves on top of graves. And this has happened update after update after update for a while now. I don't understand why.
They don't see it as a problem. They don't see it as a problem because I don't think they know how to fix it. Um,
Just don't do
then again,
graves.
back then,
Just make it so that when you die, if you're gonna have a grave, just make it so you don't lose your item. That's how you fix it.
no, I like
Well,
losing
I do
items.
too, but I mean, if you're gonna have if the alternative is like if you're gonna have a grave that you can't get to, or you're gonna have,
No, there's easier ways to fix this. You can put it
well, I'm sure
logically.
there are easier
They
ways to
could,
fix it. I'm saying that's definitely
you could
one way.
right click. You could right click on the picture of your, the interface
Uh
grave,
huh.
the thing, the timer. You could right click on it to demolish your grave. Can you do that now?
No, I don't ever get graves because I don't really die. And when the only time I
Oh, I
die is a
died.
corp, and you don't get a grave there. And dying a corp is like so like anticlimactic because you got like 3 minutes to get your stuff back. So you run there, you get your stuff, and whatever. I like back in the
So
day
yeah,
when there weren't graves, and and when there was an update. I remember when the Steel Dragons came out, and I was like lucky because I was there, and it wasn't like obviously when it first came out because I never go with updates when they first came out, but someone went there like a week later and didn't know that those were the first dragons that hit through an anti-fire shield. Like all the chromatic dragons, if you had anti-fire shield, you were 100% protected back in the day. Uh, but with the steel dragons, you had to have the potion also, right? Something like that. So he got totally owned wearing like Zamorak plate body and a bunch of other stuff that was just expensive. And back then, as soon as someone died, all their items appeared for everybody to loot. And I got the Zamorak plate body, and it was nice. But yeah, there didn't used to be graves. I mean, you would lose your items immediately, and everybody could get them.
yeah. You could also drop shit, and other people would instantly see it. I remember. Oh, I feel dirty just saying this, but I was one of the people who would go to Lumbridge, go to the corner, and drop trade between characters, and it would just. I don't know if you ever did that, but it was like a popular thing to do. Anyways, like on the
What would
grave
that
thing, you could right
accomplish?
click trading something from one character to the other, just
Why
drop
not
trading.
just trade them?
I don't think you could log into two accounts at the same time.
Oh, you mean trading yourself? Yeah, I've never done pures or whatever. I don't have another character.
No, not pures. I just had another character, and you would stand in Lumbridge at the same spot, just inside the walls, but outside the castle in the corner, away from people could see you. You drop it, you log into the other account, another world, the same world, pick it up, done. Then again, now that you've said it, I don't know why we didn't just
Yeah,
trade
why
each
not?
other.
Why? There's not
I don't
like
think you could.
if I never understood why you couldn't just do that. I mean, I've never cared. Just let people transfer items between accounts. Like, who cares?
But yeah, on the subject of graves, you could right-click to demolish a grave. Alternatively, the easiest way to do it, just give players priority. My shit should be on top of the list. Done.
Yeah, they have that when you kill stuff. Like for Slayer or whatever. Like the loot pile always has the highest value stuff on top. I don't know if it used to always be that way, but I've definitely noticed that it is that way now.
Hey, did you click on that link? That's the video.
No.
So he has 5.3. Let's see. What's 5,000K? Is that Bill?
What's 5,000K would be 5 million.
Yeah. Are you
Well,
sure?
1,000K would be 1 million. So yes.
Oh wait, no, you're right. No, I meant. He has like arrows. He has 1395 M. So it's like 1.3 bill, isn't it?
M or K? Because you just said K
M,
before.
and then yeah, I was talking about the runes. He also has arrows, like 1395 M. So 1.3, pretty much 1.4 bill
Yeah.
of arrows as he did this.
And how do you make them? He made them? He crafted them? Or he fletched them?
No, like you do some crazy glitch, and like you can ask them for shit, and then if you just keep spamming their names, because you can switch between being people, right? You can be the one guy, you can be the next, you can be the female. And if you keep spam clicking to switch between them, it kind of glitches out and just keeps giving you more and more and more resources.
I was disappointed when they implemented that update because they teased it, and I thought it was gonna be something totally different than what it was. Have you ever played Diablo 2? All right.
No.
Well, it's probably true for other games too. But in Diablo 2, you have little like icons of your teammates on the like top left of the screen, and it shows like their health and like their status. Like I think if they're poisoned, they're green or something. And so like you have like this heads up display of everyone's health on your team. And that's when they were teasing about the sagas. I was like, oh, they're gonna update this update, so you now have all 5 of the players right on everybody's screen, and everybody can see everybody's health. And I thought that would have been awesome, and that's totally not what they did. And I still wish they would implement that.
You told me you can't do
See
that?
everybody's health?
Yeah.
Can you? Did they update that at some point?
No, you could at the time.
You can't do it today. How could you do it at the
Correct
time?
me. No, correct me if I'm wrong. But back when Dungeoning first came out, we didn't have multiple hit splats. We just had 2 digits, right? At that time, you could just look at their health.
Yeah, if you see the character. I'm saying if you're in a different room, it would always have a little heads-up display of every...
Oh, because you can see everyone's stats anywhere you are. You just look at their stats, and their HP would be lower. Wouldn't it?
Maybe. But you mean if you're going through the ring interface? That's a lot of clicking. I'm talking about there's always 5 icons on the top of the corner.
I get it. I just disagree because it seems like it's in your face all the time.
It was in my face all the time in Diablo 2, and I never, Yeah, you could hide it too. You hit P or something in Diablo 2, and it would toggle it.
Yeah, great. That's great. I do that. But if I'm looking at the Saga thing right now, and those things look in your face.
When I did the quest that had them, I wish that was part of every dungeoneering floor. Just like now that we have tool belts, why do we they implemented the tool kit, so you no longer have to buy all the items individually. But why can't you just start each floor with a tool kit? Here's what I do. Like seriously?
Just the names. Just the names and the health bar. Okay, I'm good with that. Not the faces. Like I don't need the pictures.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Just the name, the health bar. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Sure, absolutely.
Just like a heads-up display of useful stuff like that. Because I mean, dungeoneering is really.
Have you noticed that the first ever interface we've ever been able to fuck with is that stupid Squeal of Fortune. That tech wasted on Squeal of Fortune. I felt insulted. I
What do
really
you mean
did.
you could interact? I don't follow.
You can move it
What do you
around.
mean? Oh, the little
That's the
icon.
first interface. Yeah, that's the first interface we've ever
I don't
been
know
able
if
to
I've
move
even
around.
moved him
And
around.
they're
I
like,
think I've just clicked them to make him go away.
oh yeah, by the way, here you go, Squeal of Fortune. Why? What? That's the first time we've seen this technology. Well, I'm calling it technology, but you
Yeah.
get what I'm saying. And they wasted it on Squeal of Fortune? Dude, imagine the amount of things you could do with interface you can move around and do shit with. Think about the
Yeah, it'd be nice.
possibilities.
Well, hopefully they put that in new stuff. But anyways, bonus
I just
experience.
like a
Um,
we keep veering off. There's not much to talk
well,
about with
what
bonus
about
experience.
what
Everyone
about
knows
so
that.
okay, so I was you start at the 2.7 and you get to the 1.1 at the end of 10 hours. And then some people like apparently you feel that like 10% is nothing. And I
Yeah,
feel like the
it is.
opposite because first of all, 10% is all you ever get in summoning, which is still pretty awesome. And second of all, there's people who pay $7 to get that 10% bonus on demand with the refer a friend bonus. People, you know, straight up buy that. And then like everyone gets it for free right now and people I don't know if everybody like I don't feel that way, so I imagine somebody else also must
Okay,
not feel that way. Where,
okay.
it's
Should
you're
I
getting
should I
you're
explain
getting a
myself?
free 10% bonus. Why not take advantage of it? Why just be like, "Oh, 10% is nothing."
Should I explain
Sure.
myself? Okay, so you have an opinion. I have an opinion. So this is directly from me
Yeah.
to you, right? This is not universal between players. How many of your skills are above level 18?
All of them.
All of them. Now
Well,
compare
right
that to me.
now, oh, not over 90. As soon as I get the next 100 level, they'll all be over 90.
I'm going to throw around random numbers, but I would say that over 70% of my levels are either, they don't have a high XP rate, so I don't get a bunch of XP for doing one action, or they're really expensive. I don't have that much money. So for me, I never see that 10%. I never
It's still
see it.
10%. You see
It's like, yeah,
10%. 10% is 10%.
yeah, but 10% of 300 is a lot better than 10% of 10. You get what I'm
No, I
saying
get what you're
here?
saying. It's it's
It's,
uh it's. Have you ever played Dota? All right,
yes,
yeah. So it's
yes,
like
I
in
have.
Dota, where you can get later in the game, you go for the stuff that gives you like 20% more damage or something. But early in the game, you go for stuff that gives you like what's called claws of attack to give you like +6 damage because that +6 or whatever it might be is a lot in the
Yeah, you go
beginning.
for
That
the base
six, that
rate.
nominal value is a lot in the beginning,
Yeah.
and it's completely
And then the
nothing later on.
percentage is
Yeah, so
worth
it's like
more.
it's a really really nice balanced feature to Dota about having
And that's the same
that
between me and
scale.
you.
It
A
is
lot
and
of
it
your
isn't. I mean, you
levels,
still do get 10%. You just the 10%'s not worth as much.
I just look, the skills I have to train, this is not including the expensive ones because I don't have the money. You know, to me, I don't care about wasting all my money because I don't care about RuneScape that much. I could waste all my money in Herblore tomorrow if I wanted to, and then I'd go on the next day, and if I wanted money, I'd just go kill some shit and make some money real quick. Because to me, if someone comes over to me and cries because they can't make money, I laugh in their face because it's the easiest thing in the world, right? That's the way I see things. But I don't have that much money, like bulk, to spend, right? So for me, I don't have that many skills left that give really good XP where I would see the 10%, if you get what I'm saying, where I would really notice it and really appreciate it. If I was still needing to go to 99 cleaving, we're talking like 300k XP an hour, I'd love 10%. Love it. But I've done that now. I've done cooking. I've done fletching. I've done nearly every single high rate of XP per hour skill that I can do. So for me, all I have left is a shit like fucking hunter. That's probably the only skill that I can think of right now, short of construction. Well, that's expensive, so it doesn't really count. That gives me nice XP per action. So for me, 10% doesn't mean that much compared to maybe you, who's getting what are you, 89 hunter? That's a lot of XP. You know, you're probably getting a nice chunk of XP every time you do something, and you're seeing that 10%. You're appreciating it. If you're at 10%,
Yeah, you're
it's
still
fine.
getting 10% because it's an exponential. All the experience levels are exponential
Yeah.
variation between levels, and it's still 10%. You're still getting 10% more than if you didn't have 10%. I'm not saying I understand your point completely, but 10% is still 10%.
I agree. I just
It's
don't
a lesser
appreciate as much.
10%, but since you can't get a higher
I don't.
10%, it's still
I
10%.
don't appreciate it as much, and I don't notice it as much
I mean, I understand
because
your sentiment, but I don't agree with it. But I understand it. I get it. I
if it
get what
if
you're
it
saying.
makes me if the 10% is doing this, okay, Andre, you're saving 10%. I'm saving 10%. If I'm saving 10% of money, I get that. I absolutely am all up for it. If I'm saving 10% on an XP rate, which is like 300k an hour, that's huge. If I'm getting 10% for one action that gives me 500 XP each, I'm loving it. But if I'm doing shit, it's like I do an action, I get 50 XP, and I get 10% of that. Like right now, I'm doing Granite. 10%? It's like 5 XP. 5 XP. I don't care. I just don't care. I
Okay,
don't
I
see things
get.
in the
Yeah, you're
model.
saying 5 XP, and that's how you're thinking. I'm thinking of it as it's gonna take 11 hours to get to the next skill or whatever. You're just gonna get to 11 hours to get to whatever, but instead of spending 11 hours, you only have to spend 10 hours. It gives you an
True,
hour
but
back to your
you,
life,
you know,
assuming you're gonna play for that long.
now this is more of a mentality thing for me. Runescape is very short term. It's
Yeah,
always been
definitely.
short term. Everything I
Mm-hmm.
do is short term because I
That's
don't have the time.
exactly why I've never used that goal objective system you were talking about earlier. Because
Exactly. The goal objective system for me is just to remember what I want to do. It's just, oh, what should I do next? Oh, I've got goals. Just like sticking, like the notes. That's what I use notes for. Just to remember interesting shit that I might want to do. When I go back to farming, in my notes right now, I have a bunch of shit that I need to put in my event so I can go for farming run because I always forget. I do farming runs years apart. It sounds crazy, but it's true. And I always forget what I need to bring. So
you
that's
don't
what I
need to
do
bring
with it.
anything. You bring
So
the
for me,
saplings, or do you not do trees? You're talking about like,
I do everything. Like I
oh,
do
I don't do
herbs and
any of that.
trees, and I
I
always
just do
forget.
saplings.
Like
Or I don't do
I
anything,
forget
but
which
I did
tabs I need.
saplings.
I forget which teleports I need. I forget which order it is that I do. Just stuff like that. When you get in a routine, it's easy. But if you don't do it in a while, it's like, okay, Cami tab, RD cape, uh, you know what I mean? It's hard to
Yeah, I know what
remember
you
for
mean.
me, and it's all short term. So for me, I don't see it as I'm going to be online for 5 hours, and this is going to cut off 10% of those 5 hours. I'm just online right now, and I'm having fun on some shitty browser game that I can play anywhere I want, and it's chill. I don't have to give a shit. My account could get hacked tomorrow, and I make level 3, and still enjoy it just as much whenever I can. So for me, I don't even see this time that I'm saving because I'm here to waste time.
Makes sense. I just
You just
yeah.
disagree. That's
But
fine. Yeah,
anyways,
it's
okay, cool.
fine.
So we've been talking for a while, so I'm presuming that this podcast is going to get chopped up into smaller podcasts. But well, I wanted to talk about additional bonus XP stuff. Oh, I didn't get to talk about. So what I did for bonus XP is clearly Hunter, but I also did something without doing. Oh, and I just got the notification right there too. I just finished all my merching, all my merching for the bonus experience weekend because I've never been the kind of person to flip an item. I do like long-term merchants. So I took all of my liquid GP. So I think I had 140 million of it, and I put it all into the Grand Exchange to buy items off of people like you probably. Because
Suckers like
because and
me.
it makes perfect sense. I mean, it's totally legit in every way because you spent your entire bank on herbs and whatever to raise, you
Liquid.
spent everything on, getting those skills up. And so for a month or 2 months already, you've had no like free money to like spend to buy things. Whenever you needed something, you're like, man, I have no money. So now that you finally have turned all those like herbs into potions, you can finally have money back. But everyone else is the same way. So on Friday morning, which is I put these offers in on Thursday and nothing bought immediately, but on Friday I bought my entire bank's or well liquid bank's worth of Ceridome brews and super restores at like not a half, but maybe like 2/3 of their actual price, and they all bought. And I won't be able to sell them immediately, but I'll just hold on to them because I don't need the money. And in a month or 2 months, I'll sell them all at regular price again. And it's just this awesome.
I don't
So
know
I'm
what.
going to turn this 140 million into 2 million at least, or not 2 million, 200 million, just by
Well,
merchanting these brews and these super restores.
I don't know how this changes your story, but I actually bought all my shit Thursday.
What? Your herbs? It doesn't matter. Did you
Everything.
did you sell all your potions today?
I'm still
Well, did you
selling them.
put them all into the GE immediately? That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Everyone's putting all their potions that they just made back into the GE so they have some money so they can start buying stuff again. But
Yeah, but
everyone's
I'm not
doing it
doing it
well.
low.
You might not be doing it low, but a lot of people are doing it low. Like leading up to the bonus weekend, Stardom Brews and Super Restores are not buyable in the GE, or you gotta buy them for like a ridiculously high price because nobody sells them because there's none in the market. People who have them are the people who use them, and there's nobody making them because everyone's saving all the resources for the bonus
Well,
weekend. So they go up in
what I
price
mean
so much just
is,
before the weekend, and then during the weekend they crash so hard because
what I mean
everyone wants
is,
money
like,
again.
you're gonna wait, right? And then you're gonna sell shit. For me, I don't want to wait because I'm not in the game all the time. So what I'll do is I'll put it in the GE, put it minimum, click it once, done. It sells
See,
when it
exactly, and
sells.
and so yeah, and I'm buying them for like well below minimum, but yeah.
I think people are stupid. They want to go
Well, they
overboard. They
want their
want to.
money back. They
They need to
haven't
buy
had money
something.
for a while
Yeah,
because all their
they
money's tied
they
up in these
probably.
herbs, and they finally turned the herbs into potions, got all their awesome levels, and they're happy. And they're happy, and they don't want to think about the money they're losing. They just want money back.
So they just spam the gonna sell for minimum, selling range potions for like 4K
Hmm.
each, and I'm sitting here selling them at 10K each because I'd rather just click. I always hit minimum. I don't care about that. I'm not gonna hit max because I'm never gonna sell them max. No matter how long I wait. Please prove me wrong. Please do. I don't think you can. I'd love for you to. I don't think I'd ever sell range potions. Ranging potions are not special. They're not special at all. They're not even favored in the way I see it. So I could never sell at max. I could probably never sell at mid because I don't know the good times to sell shit because I'm never on at the good times, right? So for me, click min, let him go, wait in a couple
Well,
months,
there's
and I'd be
trends
done
in
by then.
items. Like you can buy items for cheaper on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then sell them for higher on Thursday, Friday, and then do nothing Sunday, Monday, and then buy them. You can do like a weekly. I've never done it, but that's
If I
definitely a
had
trend. There's definitely people who
if
log
I
on to
had
play
better
only for the
memory,
weekends buy their items on the weekend, and then those
yeah.
players are
How
not
often do you
buying it
play?
during the week.
Do you play as often as I
Well,
do?
maybe I don't know. I play whenever.
We both play pretty
Yeah.
infrequently, right? I don't know what your deal is, but my deal is memory. If I had a good memory, I'd be a billionaire. Billionaire at Runescape. Easy. Because I go on so infrequently that I would be able to flip the
Oh
shit
yeah,
out of
I don't
items.
do flipping, but yeah.
Me, it's all about patience, though, isn't it? Or long-term merchant, which is the one that takes time. I don't remember which one it is, but if you have a bunch of time and you can time it right, you can make a ton of money on the GE. And because I, like people like me and AKWasp, log on so infrequently, we could probably be making a ton of money if we
Yeah,
did it right.
I let most of my bank just sits in my bank always.
Same with me. I don't do anything with it. I don't have anything to spend my money on. It goes down, it goes up, it goes down, and sometimes someone gives me 60 mil every now and then. That's it.
Like as far as long-term investments or whatever, like back in RS1, when a mask set costs like 1 million for $1 million you got all three colors of the Halloween mask. Yeah, I got that. Like I fished and mined silver ores and turned them into certificates and traded that away, and that's how I got my like Halloween sets or whatever. And then like over the years, like I want stuff like Bando's armor came out, and I was like, I want that. So like I'd sell a mask, which at that time was like 33 million, and got like my full bandos off that or something like that. So I don't really consider that long term merch as much as like a long term investment, but I guess you could call it that.
For me, it's another crazy thing. You know, I said I thought I found the economy amazing because it kind of sounds like the real world in a sense. From what you just said, it reminds me even more of how some crazy shit there is in RuneScape. I see it as money back in RS1. You could buy more shit with a lower
Oh
amount
yeah,
of
because
money.
there was less
Like
money.
money was
Yeah,
worth
definitely.
more. Yeah, money was. It's the same in the real world,
Well,
isn't it?
yes, and like U logs have pretty much always been 400 GP. How much are they now? They've always been
Dude, I
U
don't
logs have
know.
just somehow managed to always be worth 400 GP.
What are they good
They're
for?
good for making U longbows. What else? And then you elk them. And that's probably why, because the
No,
elk
they do.
values
They
never
do.
changed. But they've always been 400, as long as I can remember. They might be more or
They do
less now, but
fluctuate though. They
do
do
they? They've
fluctuate.
always been like 400 GP.
Back when I was doing fletching, you'd have to fletch it just the right time and sell it just the right amount to make a profit. Because what I did, I did use as quickly as I could. And I got all the way to 99 doing use, and that was my deal. That was my thing, and it would fluctuate, and you could make profit very easily. I got fletching for free, for completely free, and I made about 5-10 mil while I was there, which is good considering the skill is completely useless.
Nice. I made some profit off of fletching too. I was making. I'm surprised. I made U's into U longbow unstrungs, and sold them for a profit, and it was
Yeah,
like
same here.
profitable. I was
Yep.
like, why is this profitable? Because fletching used to always not
Yeah, I
be
didn't understand
profitable,
that.
but like I didn't believe it.
I
Like
made,
so, I kept buying like the supplies in small quantities and selling them as soon as I made them, because I was like, this is like some like error that's gonna correct itself in the market soon, and it didn't, because it took me like a long time to do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I was surprised because crazy stuff like this you wouldn't expect. Fletching made me 5 to 10 mil. Um, Cooking made me about 10 to 20 mil, which sounds insane, but I was so lucky that at that time I could go and fish a rocktail. I could cook the rocktail. I could sell the rocktail and make a shit ton of profit. It was like a 1K profit margin. And it doesn't seem like a lot,
That's a
but
lot when you consider you're
if you,
doing like over 1,000 an
yeah,
hour.
exactly. It's a huge amount. I think I could get maybe 1.2K an hour. And it was a lot of money. It was a lot of money, considering I was doing fucking cooking. You wouldn't expect to make
Hmm.
money cooking.
That definitely wasn't the
And
case. I definitely remember. I didn't pay much, but I paid like I think I had a loss of like 6 GP per shark or something. So
insane because I was very
they were
very
like
lucky.
rock tails, but the sharks used to be the best. But yeah.
I think to this day, the time I did cooking was the only time Rocktails ever did that. I don't think they do it anymore. I don't think they've ever done it since. So I've never heard about it. Where you could cook a Rocktail and make a profit doing so.
Mm, are they not profitable now? They might be.
I
I
don't
think I
think
checked
so.
into. I looked at some
I
raw
could be
fish the
totally
other
wrong.
month or so,
I could be totally
and
wrong. Let me
I
check it.
think
Let me
that
check it.
some of the raw fish are profitable.
I'm talking about minimum,
Yeah, you.
like buying it for max, selling the cooked version for minimum, and
Oh,
making
that's.
profit.
Yeah, I'm just saying whatever the normal medium
Okay, so
minimum is.
exchange
But
price. Let's see. Raw Rocktails 2517. Let's see Rocktail. Uh, come on. 2371. Did I say
No, it wasn't.
2157? So you are making
Are you?
profit right now. Wait, did I get that wrong? Raw Rocktail. So normal Rocktail's 2371, Raw Rocktail's 2517. So you're making a
All right. Well,
loss.
we haven't been talking about some bonus experience for a while now. So is there anything
I
else
think we should be wrapping this up
yeah, is there
pretty
anything else to
quickly.
talk about for bonus experience, or do we want to just wrap it up?
We went over the economy. We went over our past experiences, our current experiences. We spun off about
Oh,
the
I know what I want to
skills.
say.
Uh,
They always
mhm.
right now this is good because this is March and whatever. But like the first one was on Labor Day. Like they always did these weekends on like weekends when I would go. Well, I want to say go up north, but nobody who's not in Michigan would understand that. Basically, go on vacation to like a beach type area. But they always do it on like holidays that are like great for vacations, and sometimes they don't. But like I think it was Memorial Day was the first one, and it was like I get or some people might just be sitting at home and doing nothing,
Didn't they do it
but
like
I
Columbus
always
Day or
go on
something?
vacation for those. Well, Columbus Day is like Columbus Day, but I'm talking about like Memorial Day, Labor Day, like those are big holiday weekends when everybody goes like well, I keep saying up north, but people go on vacation, and yet
Sounds like a pilgrimage. Every time you say it, I'm like,
it
oh,
makes
pilgrimage.
everyone from Michigan knows what up north is, but people outside Michigan don't relate because Michigan's this like state that just there's an up north and it's awesome, and well, not being up north is also like awesome, but up north is like a fun place to vacation. But anyways, I'm not gonna talk about up north. Just the timing of the bonus weekends have always been on like holiday weekends that are like known for vacations, and it's just like people don't get to play them because of vacations. Like I've plenty of times not got the 10 hours of playtime that I could have got just because I was on vacation for that weekend. It's like, all right, well, nice. And
I never
yeah, well,
cared.
whatever. I've liked it. But also,
For me, it was never 10 hours. It was always, when I got to 1.2, you're finished.
okay.
Like, you're finished.
But
Stop
yeah.
caring. Because I didn't have time to put in the full 10 hours because I was out doing shit. I didn't have a real, like, I was going to say real life, but I was young. Like, I was younger than you. So for me, it's just school and shit. Nothing
Yeah,
interesting to do.
definitely. But I don't know. And then other notes. So they had the double loot weekend. What was that? November?
Oh, that
I
was
hope they do that
great.
again.
That
I
was
hope they do that again.
amazing.
I hope
What did they do? They
and
did double
double
loot. They did.
dungeoneering with tokens. Apparently, I've never done
Yes.
dungeoneering on bonus
That
weekend, but I
was
guess you don't get tokens
amazing.
normally. But
Double
yeah, and I
Torvaloots?
got that. I got well.
Wow.
I was on a 14-man next team, just random people off the RSOF. Or what was that? I guess RuneScape official forums. Yeah. So off that, just random people. It was a 14-man kill or 14-person kill, and people just dropped. So it wound up being like a 7-way split at the end for like double Torva plate legs. There were like 97 million apiece, and it was like, yes.
Wasn't there a street price? It was
I don't know.
higher?
I don't know. I
God,
remember I made 97
I
million off
remember,
that from that one drop that was split 7 ways because it was double and it was awesome. And being, close to max now, I mean, obviously for you, you actually can benefit from Herblore, and if you ever get around to construction or smithing or crafting, there's plenty of benefits for non-max players to love bonus experience weekend. But for me, I was like, bonus experience weekend. All right, I'll do some hunter. But like, if it was double loot weekend, I'd be like, yes, that's awesome, and just do that. Oh, you just logged out of RuneScape.
um, I have to, I have to relog so I get my Squeal Forge.
Oh, I haven't done that yet either today, but yeah. Whatever. It doesn't come up until
No,
you
I
log in.
mean, no, I mean, I passed my midnight, so I have to.
Someone told me that it's midnight everywhere at the same time. Unlike the usual, I don't know if
That's
that's true.
really
That's what I
that's
heard. This
crazy.
was the first time that happened. It was just some random guy in game told me that, but
Well, how does it know
It
what
doesn't.
your
It just
time
does
zone
it. It
is?
just
Because I
does it
can
for
just
everybody at
change
the
my
same
time
time.
zone.
Like it just
Yeah,
does
so it'll
it.
be GMT.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be GMT then for me. If there's any time zone they're going to stick to, it's going to be their own time zone, which is the one I'm in. So that means you've been able to do it for an hour. So
But
if
I've
you go
been on
test it
this
right
podcast
now,
the whole time.
if you relog right now and you could do Squeal of Fortune, it'll mean that it goes by
Yeah, I'm
GMT,
pretty
this
sure
time zone,
because
my
I've been
time
able
zone.
to do it after 7 o'clock every day. Although
Oh,
it's
okay.
not like I log on to do it by any means, but I think that's around more or less the time. So I think that unlike other stuff that resets in a different way, this just resets for everybody at the same time. But what am I even talking about? Oh, like the 24-hour thing. Yeah, I don't like how like the jacket trades aura. You have to like, because I only ever get it a few times, or I get it maybe 4 or 5 times a week, because I'm not on 24 hours later to do it. But with the Squeal of Fortune, I get it all the time because it's just if you're logged on at any point during the day, you get it, and it doesn't take 24 hours to reset. It just resets at midnight, which is nice.
Squeal of Fortune it makes me. It just pisses me off.
There's like virtually no chance of ever getting a good item, so I don't understand what the issue is.
It always
Only
goes
only
straight
RuneScape
past it.
players can complain about free. So Jagex is just giving everybody free stuff, and everyone's like, "No, we don't want free stuff. We hate free stuff." Why is everybody yelling that they don't like free stuff?
The reason is like, and I only even really paid attention is the fact that like I thought it was equal. I thought
I don't know
you
why you
could
would have
land on a red,
possibly
you could land
thought
on a
that.
white.
It's so obvious that it's not equal.
No, here's the way I saw it. Okay, there's only a few rare things. Fine, I have a 20% chance because
You
maybe
don't
there's
have
10
you
out of
have
10.
like
Maybe
probably
there's
like
2 out of
less
10.
than a 0.1% chance of getting red. Period.
No, what I mean is, I thought that it worked like this. If there's 10 total items and 2 of them are rare, you can get those 2 items out of 10. But I didn't factor in the fact that there's a speed on the stupid dial, and then the actual time it has to stay within the red, chunk, the wedge, is really small. So if you factor in this, I'm pretty sure the speed is in there. Tell me if I'm wrong, because you'll know this. Would the speed of the turning thing factor in?
Yeah, I didn't even know they had a speed thing in there, but I don't think it's even programmed that way. It's just, all right. So if it was a physical roulette wheel, not a roulette wheel, what's whatever that's called in like a real like casino,
Wheel of Fortune?
sure, sure.
That's the same thing, though, isn't
If
it?
that was a physical wheel, then like the spacing on the wedges matter. But in reality, it's a game, and it's just a graphical representation of the random odds. They that
I think
whatever
it
the
shouldn't be
relative
like that.
sizes of those wedges are. So first of all, when you saw the wheel and you saw that the red wedges were smaller than the not red wedges, you should have immediately realized, hey, you know, it's a rarer chance. It's not an equal opportunity.
I didn't
That's the
look at
first thing I
that.
saw.
Honestly,
And
I
then the
didn't
second thing I
notice.
was
I
like,
didn't
well,
notice that.
it's a virtual wheel. It's not like a mechanical wheel. So the actual sizes of the wedges, it's just showing you the one's bigger than another. It's not actually saying that you're having if I don't even know what the ratios are, but if the red wedge is like half the width of like a white one, that doesn't mean it's a 2-to-1 chance. It could be any chance. It's just telling you that hey, this is a less chance of getting it than this. And
That's what I
I'm
mean.
sure
I
it's
think
just displaying the results. You probably click the number. You click the button. It gives you a random number that's generated, and then it does an animation to get to that number. It's not actually determining it as it's spinning. Like I really really doubt
what I'm
it's
saying.
actually at that moment spinning and taking like a chance of hitting something that's spinning on.
Okay,
When you hit that
does
button, it
RuneScape
probably
have
just
any
generates a random
physics?
number based on odds, and then an animation
Does
plays to
RuneScape
land
have
on
any
that number.
physics?
What?
Does RuneScape have any physics? It's a
Could
3D
have
engine, isn't
physics,
it?
but I mean, but that's not even a 3D menu. It's a 2D menu. There's nothing
No,
3D about that menu.
physics has nothing to do with having to be 3D
Yeah,
solely.
okay, but yeah, but okay.
What I'm saying is it should be randomness by physics. That's
Well,
what I think it should
it's
be.
easier
Now,
to make it. I don't know what they did, but it's super easy. Just make it be a random
well, I
number
get what you're
generator,
saying. I get
and
what you're
then they
saying.
just throw an animation on.
I think it's cheap. I think the whole game is a random number generator. I think that's dumb. I think everything should be a stupid random number generator. Make it a real wheel.
It's a video
Make
game.
it
It can't be a
spin.
real wheel.
Sure it can. You can add physics to make it so it can speed up and slow down as it normally would, and it'll be a random number every time. It'll always be random. That
But
should be how it is.
it's
Not
based
some
on the exact same
predetermined.
statistics. It should be based on the same statistics and the same
Okay,
probability curves.
here's my only problem. The fact that when you look at the stupid wheel, it's obvious it knows what it's gonna
Well, yeah,
stop on.
because I think it's just predetermining the number. When you click the button, it picks you a number, and then it gives you an animation of landing onto that number. And it's just, in my thing, the most annoying part of it is that it takes whatever 10 seconds to get to that number. Like, click the button, give me a number. That's it. That's all you need. Click the button, give me a number. But they put like a cool animation on it, so it takes additional time. It's like, Rooster Teeth had this rant or whatever about I guess Grand Theft Auto. I've never played it, but I guess if you're trying to do basically the idea is if you're doing a repetitive task in a game, like getting into a car, and you have to walk up to the car and hit A to get into the car, and then your character walks around the car and gets in the door, and it just wastes like 3 seconds. And you do that like every single time you have to get into the car, like you're doing it multiple times an hour. It's so annoying that you have to, waste that 3 seconds all the time when all you had to do is just skip that animation. And in my that's the more annoying thing about this Wheel of Fortune is that the animation doesn't matter. Why not just
You know, there's a better example you could have used. Dominion Tower before the update.
yeah, that's definitely that. Well, that was one of the
That was
worst.
infuriating. I've been told.
I did all my, I think, 872 boss kills or whatever to get 400 chest loots or whatever the stupid thing was. I did all of it with the old, system, or not old system, but the old mechanics. It was horrible.
I love the Mortal Kombat sense. I love that. The first time I tried it, I was like, this is awesome. I love this. And then I realized how broken it was.
It has so much potential. It still has potential. If they just like completely scrapped it and then made it anew from like someone who actually plays the game's perspective, it could be awesome.
Would you take out the handicaps?
You could implement
if you were a
them.
god.
You gotta change other stuff. You gotta change the bosses that are picked. You gotta change. It's just so. It's not challenging, and it's not fun.
It is challenging. It's if it is challenging, it's just bad luck.
Yeah,
not by
yeah.
skill.
The only time it can be challenging is if you get like nomad, and then it's like, well, I just got like not a good roll. But anyways, whatever. So yeah, let's wrap this up. Podcast bonus experience weekend. Talked about most everything that I can think of a bonus. I feel like we still missed stuff, but it's been quite some time that we're doing this. When the viewers are listening back to this, it'll be over the course of several days. So I'll put one out a day. But for us, we've been at this for quite a while. So
there isn't enough time in the world to talk about Runescape.
Well, we'll do more podcasts and we'll find more time. But yeah, definitely.
I barely find time for the game as it is.
So, I mean, I'm so bored. I would have never been hunting for as long as I've been hunting if it wasn't for recording this podcast while doing it. Because this is just like so.
Dear Lord, you're right. I'm nearly next level in mine.
If I wasn't talking through this, like even if I was watching TV through this, I would have never like gone through this if it wasn't for all this.
My brain has to think about what to respond with and what to keep up with, and then it doesn't matter. Like it completely ignores what I'm doing. That's why I love the RuneShark long videos, because it's just like, yes, gonna train a boring skill. Let's do this.
All right. So, anyways, let's just wrap it up here, and if we think of more stuff, we'll just talk about it some other time. So,
yeah.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching. And this is the end of the video, so I hope everybody enjoyed the content. Please leave a comment below to participate in the interactive aspect of the podcast, and stay tuned for additional videos in my channel. Have a great day.